That morning was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life. My son was getting married. Guests were arriving, music filled the venue, and everything looked perfect from the outside. Then I walked into the guest bathroom. My wife was sitting on the cold marble floor, trembling. Silver strands of hair surrounded her like fallen ribbons. Large uneven sections had been cut away, leaving her shaking and confused. On the counter sat electric clippers beside a handwritten pink note. It read, "She looked too old for the wedding video." Problem solved. My wife had spent nearly 3 decades growing that silver hair. It reminded her of her mother, who had passed years ago. Seeing it scattered across the sink felt like watching someone erase a piece of her history. Her phone lay nearby. The screen showed a live stream that had ended minutes earlier. Tens of thousands of viewers had watched. She whispered something that hurt more than anything else. Maybe they were right. Maybe I really am too old. At that moment, something inside me changed. I did not yell. I did not panic. I focused. I recorded everything. The bathroom, the clippers, the note, and the small hidden camera positioned toward her face. Then I contacted my brother-in-law, a recently retired deputy, and sent one message. "Come immediately. Possible assault." While returning to our room, I passed the honeymoon suite. Voices carried through a slightly open door. I recognized my son and his new bride. She laughed about online engagement numbers exploding. He joked that his mother would cry and eventually forgive everything. Then they discussed future financial help they expected from us. That conversation made the situation painfully clear. My wife had been humiliated for online content and profit. By early morning, evidence was already being secured. A lawyer issued preservation notices to ensure nothing online could quietly disappear. Soon after, I spoke with the venue manager and pointed out production equipment disguised as decorations, cameras hidden in flowers, lighting rigs masked as fixtures. Permits had been filed improperly under the bride's name. Within an hour, the equipment was removed. Later, the bride approached me, annoyed rather than concerned. She brushed the incident off as entertainment and said the hair would grow back. I calmly explained that recording and harming someone without consent was not entertainment. It carried consequences. The ceremony continued as scheduled. Guests smiled for photos while my wife sat beside me wearing a scarf, holding herself together with quiet strength. My son avoided looking at her entirely. During the reception, after speeches and applause, I stood for the traditional father of the groom toast. Instead of stories, I asked for the screen to be turned on. A short video played. It showed the hidden setup, the moment someone entered the bathroom, and what followed. Gasps filled the room before I stopped the footage. I addressed the guests calmly. Earlier today, my wife was harmed while she slept. Because of that, our financial gifts and future commitments are withdrawn. My son tried to dismiss it as a joke. I simply told him I had heard everything, including how little respect he believed his parents deserved. At that moment, legal documents were delivered at the head table. We left shortly afterward. The aftermath moved quickly. The online video disappeared. Business partnerships ended. A legal settlement followed along with a permanent order, preventing further contact. What hurt most was that my son called repeatedly afterward but never once asked how his mother was doing. Eventually, I made difficult decisions about trust, finances, and boundaries. Months later, my wife walked out of a salon with a short silver haircut and something even more important, returned to her face confidence. She started new projects, created her own online space, and stopped apologizing for taking up room in the world. And I learned something too. Peace does not mean accepting disrespect. So I still wonder sometimes, if your own child crossed a line that deeply, would you ever let them back into your life?